All right, brethren, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Okay, thank you for joining me, brethren. My name is Jaquab Ben Yisrael. My name is Jaquab Ben Yisrael. Welcome to my channel. I want to give thanks to the Creator for this opportunity to be a light, to be the best light that I could be while I'm in this reality. What that means is to be a testimony for the reality of the Creator and to try to sound the alarm that the kingdom of God is at hand. The kingdom of God is at hand, and the Creator is bringing people into the kingdom of God. Basically, what that means is that he's telling his he's telling his sons and daughters to come out of the beast kingdom primarily. What that means is come out of religion. What that means is to come out of anything that is born of a woman. Get out of anything. The Creator is calling his children to come out of the beast, which is anything that is born of a woman that is worship. And primarily it points to Christianity, points to Buddhism, points to Hinduism, Mohammedanism. And it's not popular. The Creator is not in this reality. Men have been overwhelmed and overrun with materialism and selfishness and narcissism, and we live in a system that strengthens those attitudes so that brethren cannot hear the voice of the Creator. You can't hear it because we have, as I was saying, we've been overrun. We've been overrun with love of self. So, brethren, the Creator has given us a new revelation, the OAHSPE Bible, a practical guidebook, which is like to help you to set a template to how you should be, how you should act, what you should think towards in the present reality towards those who are like-minded, such as yourself. That's basically the whole thing in a nutshell. Telling the sons and daughters, the future gods and goddesses of spiritual eternity, those of you who are future gods and goddesses, yes, you heard me correctly. That's a pretty bombastic statement I just made. Brethren who are currently called faithists in a little room like this, very inconsequential, not paid attention to, and to me it's perfect that's how the Creator works. He works very inconsequentially, very subtly, like dawn spread over the mountains, like it says in the book of Ezekiel. That's how the Creator works. Again, I love to say this, man, when you look at the big stars and everything and the people who reality they keep showing us and say, they say these people are more important than you, these people. And, that's one of the big draws about sports and guys who have really all their life, guys like, they started like 4 or 5 years old. See, it's the same way with the faithists, man. We're out there, we're practicing when everybody, all the other kids are outside playing, and faithists are sitting down, listening to the word of the Creator. They getting it down in their spirit, making it a template for their soul. They departing from the world. They looking at their eternity. They know that they building their spiritual eternity right now. Faithists is built. You know, I've been sharing this story. Matter of fact, I wonder if I have it. I probably have it up. I'll probably get to it when I go to the you know, the verses that I like to share. I want to show you again, man, you know, how what the creator says is in store for you faithists. He's showing you, man, you know, he's showing you what's in store for you, and it just blows my mind, man, you know. So welcome to my little channel, man, where I just try to I just try to go for it. You know, that's all I which means that try to serve. I'm a servant. I'm a servant. I like to try to say things and that will encourage you, that will bless your soul, that will maybe even uh, spark your desire to chase the creator. You know, I don't know, because the time is now. The time is now to redeem it, redeem the time. Because do you know the OAHSPE, it says that real life begins after this reality. You people don't care about, don't think about that, because we've been overrun by the flesh. You know, the here and now, you know, the vicarious living, that sort of thing. Now, what I'm gonna do real quick is go through here are the rooms that, you know, I have them in the link description for if somebody sees this video and you never learned anything about the OAHSPE, you never heard about it or anything. Now, here's some rooms on Facebook you can go and have fellowship there. Here's one room. Here's another room, other Omians rooms, where you can go and you can just have fellowship with other brethren who feel the way I do, who are like-minded. They're OAHSPE brethren. They can subscribe to the Creator's Voice. These are just some rooms you can go to. Now, here's my room. My mom, she's got a food ministry, where if I hear about orphans or disabled or elderly and someone comes to me and says, hey bro, we trying to do something, you know, you want to chip in, I will certainly do it. I will do it. I will do it. You know, the creator, this reality we live in, you brethren may not know it. It's your opportunity to bless your soul and to minister to your brethren. That's the heart of the creator right there. You know, to minister to your brethren, to do what you can. See, you know, I was reading, I'm going to share that the OAHSPE talks about swift messengers. They record what we do. And, you know, make no mistake, man. The creator don't force you to do anything. He don't threaten you or anything. He's not, you know, if you learn about the OAHSPE, it's free will, man. You know, now he does say that if you want to chase after him, there are some sacrifices that are, and I think they're pretty heavy in this day and age. You know, creator, that he want you faithists to make. He want you to make these sacrifices, man, you know, so that he can bless you even more. You know, the creator, he want you to make some sacrifices in this reality so that he can give you more blessing on top of blessing. Bless your spiritual enlightenment. Make you go from glory to glory. That's what this whole thing is all about. That's what our people are all about, man. And the creator is clear. He wants you to look at your brother with a different attitude, man. He wants you to look at your brother as you would your own family members. That's what the creator wants you to do. Now, again, here's my room. It's called the OAHSPE Bible Fellowship, and I like to share some verses that I think will bless other brethren's soul. Now, I'm going to get to these really quick because the title of the video is I want to make an apology for yesterday's video. I want to make an apology about yesterday's video. I let things go out of that video that I am absolutely ashamed of. I was vexed all night long, man, about, I just felt really bad for letting that oh man, for letting that get out, man. And so I'm going to take the opportunity today. I'm going to do the presentation that I was going to do yesterday. I'm going to do that today after I get finished with addressing what went on yesterday. And that was not the will of the Creator for that type of language to go out, and that type of, it was just terrible all over, man. It was, so I want to take the opportunity to correct that situation, and to I also did a little word study, a little PowerPoint presentation that I'm talking about the vulgarity of the language that was used yesterday. I did a little PowerPoint presentation, so I'm gonna get to that, and then after that, I'm gonna do the PowerPoint presentation for Faithist and why we are the most dangerous people on the face of the earth. So I'm gonna move kind of fast here. Right now, I'm gonna show you a couple of verses, talk about them a little bit, and then I'm gonna go right into the PowerPoint presentations. Now, here's something I posted in my room, and from the OAHSPE, it says, "Who is the leader? Who is the highest? Who is the head?" And now this is jumping in the middle of a context of a chapter where it's talking about Jehovah's kingdom. Jehovah's kingdom in the OAHSPE Bible is an incredible chapter to read, man. It talks about the kingdom to come, man. It just talks, man, and blesses you too much. And what the Creator does, he says, okay, now this is what I want you to do, but this is what the world is going to think. They're going to try to poke at you. They're going to try to find problems with what you're trying to do, because that's the way the world is. They gotta find issue. They gotta take issue with anything somebody's trying to chase, the Creator is trying to do. They gotta, this or that, you doing this because you want to do that and you want to take advantage of this, and that's the way the world is. And so here we jump in the middle of thought. The Creator is saying, okay, who is the leader? Who is the highest? Who is the head? That's what people of the world are going to say. The people, going to say to Faithists as our kingdom begins to manifest and take shape. They're going to say, who's the leader? Who is the highest? Who is the head? So that we can learn about him and we can start criticizing and we can start, commenting, and, we can start, analyzing and criticizing and, whoever your head is, and tear you down that way. The Creator said, you shall answer them saying, Jehovah, that's our leader. That's the highest. That's the head. And then we're going to say, we have no man leader. No man is higher than another. We are brothers and sisters in Jehovah's kingdom. We are brothers and sisters, man, And then here go another post. It says the same one, actually, so I made a mistake. I double posted it. Here's another verse. It says, therefore, if they inquire in this manner, dealing with the same context, this talking about Jehovah's kingdom. And he's telling you what people are going to say. See, that's how you know one way the OAHSPE is anointed. It's from the Creator. He let religion deceive man, capture his soul, capture his spirit. It worked thousands of years from now, and now it's a jailbreak going on. The Creator is busted in. He given us the practical guidebook, and brethren are able to break free of the beast kingdom. Break free. They're able to break free of the beast kingdom. See, and the world they don't have a clue what's going. Do you know the world don't have a clue? They don't have a clue. See, it ain't gonna matter till it's too late, man. With the world, it ain't gonna matter, man. Watch, I'm getting ready to get to a verse here, and it's gonna talk to you. It's the Creator, and you brethren already know it. where he's going to talk to you about when it's too late. He's going to tell you specifically what happens life after death. Now, here's a verse that says, therefore, if they inquire in this manner, namely, do faithless. Now, here we got people attacking the faithless again, to make a long story short. They say, do you say that faithless are immaculate, without sin, perfect, right in all things? Or do you say that all others are wrong? See, this is the world talking to faithless as they are going about building the Jehovah's kingdom. See? This is the thing, this type of stuff they say. And then it says, you shall answer them saying, nothing mortal is immaculate. See? And as to others, we are not their judges. Make your inquiries to Jehovah. See, the world don't want to do that. To do all the good we can, having faith in Jehovah. That's good enough for us, brother. That's good enough for us. See, because when you look at the world, ultimately the world, they want to be taken care of, you know. They want to be clothed and fed and taken care of, and they want love, you know. They want security, you know. And they go about all their life providing those things for themselves, and they're still not satisfied. You still not satisfied. You still not satisfied. Is anybody in the room? Can you hear me? Type of 1. I don't see anybody in the room. I wonder is there some, can anybody hear me? If anybody's in the room, type of 1. Type a 1. I don't see anybody in the chat. And maybe I want to make sure that there's nothing wrong here. Okay. All right. Asenath, sister. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Good to see you. Good to see you, sis. Thank you. And so here go another verse. It says, the great spirit, the universe, corporal, sky, and spirit, the 3 in 1 are Jehovah. Now, this is from the glossary. This here is from the glossary. It's from the glossary. The glossary, the definition of the great spirit. It says the universe is earth, which is corporal, sky and spirit, and the 3 in 1 are Jehovah. How do you like that? The 3 in 1 are Jehovah, earth, sky, and spirit. See, earth, sky, and spirit. EOE. As the spirit of man is to man, so is the great spirit to Jehovah. Through great spirit is also used as synonymous with Jehovah. That comes from the glossary, the definition in the OAHSPE Bible of the Great Spirit. That's the definition of the Great Spirit. The Eoptian age is where we are right now. It's called the Eoptian age. It means from the time man comes into being on the earth with potential for eternal life until his race becomes extinct is the Eoptian age of the earth. See, the earth cycles are cyclical, you know. The creator, he creates the earth, he stocks it with animals and then humans, and then he tells humans to go about and, you know, live in cities and grow in your spiritual elevation, learn about me, and it's the gestative spiritual age of the earth, so to speak, where the creator, he gives you the earth for the purpose of raising up sons and daughters who believe in him, who attain to his voice, who grow in their spirit. See, that's why we have the body. The body is like an incubator it's like the incubator for the spiritual, for the man, to develop his spirit and get it to a point where when he lays his body down, now he can go into the spirit. He can go into the spirit realm ready to, you know, which is another reality, a higher reality, so that he could begin his spiritual journey. The OAHSPE say that's where life really began. That's where it really began, is when we depart this life. The OAHSPE, the creator, he say that's when spirit really, that's when life really begins. The creator says, see, the Eoptian age, the time that if you're going to do it now. That's the we in the Eoptian age. Do it now. If you're going to do it, don't sell out to the world. Don't sell out to the world, man. You know? Don't sell out to the world. Don't sell out to the world. Do you really got blonde hair, Ace and F? And then this verse says, and some of the rich gathered up their means, calling, come, O all you poor and helpless. Behold, I have purchased land. Come here and build a colony for Jovi. And that's talking about that's coming out of Jovi's kingdom, the chapter in the OAHSPE Bible, what it's going to be like. See, the high and mighty of the world, the elite, they're going to realize the futility of the system they live in. They're going to realize the futility. See, you know, they know it too, man. You know that people know it. You know, they know that what we got, what's the old song? You can't take it with you. You know what I mean? You can't take it with you, brother. You can't take it with you, man. You know, it's only you and your spirit. That's all you can take with you. Check this one out. Check this verse out. Look what it say. Blessed be the name of the Lord. He can make me alive after I am dead, and this is all he requires of me. Check it out. Check this out. Blessed be the name of the Lord. He can make me alive after I'm dead, and this is all he requires of me to say it. Look here. See, that's why Nazarene Essene faith this, I found out. At the end of every video, do y'all notice how he posts something? He posts something about bedtime, about, say this before you go to sleep. I realize that that's what he's doing. Because he'll put something in the chat right before I begin. And I think I'm going to get to it. I can't remember exactly what it says. But it tickled me to death to find out that that's what he was doing. But look what the creator said. This is your responsibility right here. He says, say this and say this. He says, this is what, let me read it again. It says, blessed is the name of the Lord. He can make me alive after I'm dead. And this is all he requires of me to say. Check this out. Blessed is the name of the Lord in the morning. I will say it at noon. I will say it at night. I will say it. Blessed is the name of the Lord. How do you like that? So I got one more time. I got to say it today. And then here we are back to that chapter in the OAHSPE called Jehovah's Kingdom. And here we got people, they coming from a new angle, questioning the faith, trying to find some weakness. They say, some will seek to trap you on this subject of marriage. Inquiring in this manner. So now they asking you, you faithists, trying to find some weak spot in your belief. Now they coming with another thing. They say, do you say that celibacy is higher than marriage? Or is marriage higher? What do you say about marriage and divorce? See, trying to trip you up. Creator said, to these you shall answer in this way. We are no man's keeper. Neither do we say celibacy or marriage is higher. We give liberty to all to serve Jehovah on that matter in their own way. One marriage only do we permit to any man or woman, and though one or the other dies, yet the survivor cannot marry again. How do you like that? And as to those who are married, they can, at the option of either one, return to celibacy by being publicly proclaimed in the temple of Jehovah. How do you like that? I was reading a story about Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss, green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. I do not like. Did he write that? Dr. Seuss wrote that, right? I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, said Sam, I am. That was Dr. Seuss, right? Yeah. He had an affair on his wife, and his wife killed herself because of it. Isn't that something? Just interesting thought popped in my head, From the OAHSPE glossary, Buddha, wisdom, knowledge, but afterward, under the false god Kabbalactes, the word Buddha, it became synonymous with warrior. How do you like that? See, it started off right, but then it fell into the hands of men, and it became the beast kingdom. The wisest, best people began to depart out of the cities of Uz. Many of the Uzians, including lawyers, preachers, priests, physicians, gave up their callings, and they went forth saying, alas, what good have I produced in the world? Oh, Jehovah, teach me the way to work in one of your kingdoms. See? And that's going to be the realization of this reality that we live in. Do you know people are going to say this? Do you know people are going to say this? They're going to say, man, I got everything. What good is it? What does it profit me? All I can do is think of getting more and more and more, and then it ain't going to change. It ain't going to make me eternally happy. It ain't going to, you remember the song, I can't get no satisfaction? See, materialism is only for a little while, man. It's only for a little while. Now they coming to realize that with Jehovah only is eternal happiness. When you set your mind to do something for your brethren, that's eternal happiness right there. That's eternal happiness right there. And we can't learn it in the present reality. In the present reality, we can't learn it. Now, the definition of Chinvat is the boundary between the rotating atmosphere of the earth and the ether beyond, called the bridge of Chinvat. That's where the Ethereans, from what I understand, when you are able to gain that victory over the Tetraks, do you know you're going to cross the bridge of Chinvat? That means that you're going into a hole. That means that the Ethereans, these are people who have overcome the Tetraks, the evil vibrations, the negative influences that afflict mortals. The Ethereans, the bridge of Chinvat, the way you cross that bridge, you deal a knockout blow to the Tetraks. You home free, brother. You home free, man. And then it talks about hate. I'll let you read that because I need to get to the other presentation. And here to boast of the Uzians, just read it because it's time for me I got to move fast here. Here's another verse. You can stop the video. And, Saturday, I asked the creator, I asked him to show me how to sing. I asked him to teach me how to sing. And don't you know, 9 hours later, the creator did it? You know what? Saturday, I asked the creator, I said, I can't sing. I don't know I know how to sing. Okay. But I couldn't figure out how to make it part of my spirit to where I did it with joy. And so I asked the creator to teach me how to sing. Now you can read these. Stop the video if you want to read these. I'm getting to that part where he showed me how to sing. He showed me how to do it. So I want to share it with y'all. Again, just stop the video. Okay. Now let me just move past them because I want to get to the little PowerPoint presentation. Now here it is right here. All right. Creator taught me how to sing to the creator, Saturday I asked for the creator because I felt like I wanted to start learning how to sing. And I don't remember any songs. So the creator said, just take a song you used to like, and just replace the lyrics with lyrics that you make up. replace the lyrics, sing it to the same rhythm of the song, and you replace the lyrics. That's how you can sing to the Creator. Now, one of the songs I used to like a lot growing up was this song right here, Hummingbird. Y'all heard that one by Seals and Crofts? Remember? Hummingbird, don't fly away, fly away. Do-no-no-no. Hummingbird, don't fly away, fly away. Do-no-no-no. So I just replaced the words, right? I just replaced the words, and now I sing it all day. And the Creator wants you to sing to Him. Did you know that? Did y'all know that? Just find a song that you like the rhythm of it and just replace the words. You home free. Creator God, don't fly away, fly away. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Creator God, don't fly away, fly away. Dun-dun-dun-dun. My soul been searching long time. Been waiting. My spirit knows the reason why. Creator God, don't fly away, fly away. Dun-dun-dun-dun. See? Creator God, don't fly away, fly away. Dun-dun-dun-dun. The earth and stars below you, they say it all the time. I love you. Your beauty hard to describe. Creator God, don't fly away, fly away. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Creator God, don't fly away, fly away. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Gods and lords below you, brilliantly they shine. You come to all in mercy, wisdom, love, peace of mind. Don't fly away. See? Now, you can do the same thing. See there? That was pretty good, wasn't it? You remember it at a moment's notice. You can bring it to your mind, sing it. And the Creator, He wants you to do that. Don't you know that that's what the Ethereans do? See? Now you know how to do it. You can do it with other songs too, you know. So now what I'm going to do is go to the other. I did a little word study. I did a little little PowerPoint presentation. Because now let me say this before I. Now yesterday it was a bad video, and I want to make sure that I apologize for what happened yesterday. It was very vulgar. The language that went out of this channel, it was not Creator glorifying at all. And I was so mad at myself after I tried to look at the video again, and I couldn't do it. And I was so angry for myself. You know, in the Bible it says, blessed is the man that is not condemned by the thing he allows. And I allowed it to go out. And on top of that, it was a sister that came into this room and suggested a vulgar video be played, because that's what it was. And a sister suggested that we run it. And I didn't know what it was, and I let it run. And it was the most vulgar thing you ever heard of. And the brother that I had on, the language that he was using, I mean, I got beat up pretty good in the spirit after that video. I got beat up pretty good. And then the Creator, He brought to my mind about the sister that I had on a couple of weeks ago and the disaster that turned out to be. And it seemed like the Creator was showing me, look, I told you to start doing these videos. I'm charging you with doing them, whether right or wrong. You do that video and stop trying to be all things to all people. You can't do that. I want you to do that video with the vibration I put you under. And so I got beat up pretty good. you know, and I hope I've learned my lesson. During that video that was playing yesterday on the video yesterday, my spirit was screaming, "Stop it, stop it, stop this." And because I didn't want that type of conflagration on a live video where I interject and end up having to, it could have turned ugly yesterday if I would have just subscribed to my spirit, what it was telling me, and I didn't do it. And so I ended up deleting the video, and all night I just had to take a beating. Hey, Antonio, brother. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in, checking in, brother. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna move kind of fast here. So let me do the. I wanted to do a little PowerPoint presentation on what the Creator has to say. I believe what He has to say about how we should use language and what how the Creator views how we use words and language. So I did a little PowerPoint study on it, and then after this, I'm going to do a PowerPoint study on the video that I meant to do yesterday called "The Faithists Are the Most Dangerous People in the World." So I'm going to run through this real quick. I'm going to just run through it. Little PowerPoint presentation, and it's called Vulgar Language. Vulgar language. I should have named it something like Vulgar Language and the Creator, as in showing the opposing viewpoints, vulgar language, and why a faithist shouldn't use it, and how a faithist, to me, I don't think a faithist will use this type of language. I don't think that don't sound like the Creator to me. It don't sound like the Creator to me. It don't sound like an Ethereal. It don't sound like a God, Lord, or a righteous God, Lord, or angel. So that's just one of the more reasons why I was really upset with myself for not taking control of that video yesterday. I deleted it. And so I was minded to do a little PowerPoint on it. Now, vulgar language, it goes along with debauchery. You could, they harmonize vulgarity, debauchery. So let me make the words a little bigger here. So this is a little PowerPoint on vulgar language. I just wanted to do a little PowerPoint on it. Now, debauchery, vulgarity, I'm equating as the same thing. The definition is extreme indulgence in bodily pleasures, especially sexual pleasures, behaviors involving sex, drugs, alcohol, that is often considered immoral. Okay. In other words, anything that is morally out of place, including what language that is vulgar in nature, can be considered a form of debauchery. And I'm hoping to show that it is not compatible with the OAHSPE. That's what went out of my channel yesterday, was vulgarity, debauchery. I ain't going to even repeat the terms that was brought out on my channel. I ain't going to even repeat it, man. Just vulgarity. Now, the objective, again, is to use the OAHSPE Bible. I want to use the OAHSPE Bible to make my points about let me fix the screen so I can make the lettering bigger. It says to use the OAHSPE Bible through a PowerPoint lesson presentation to learn what the Creator has to say about using vulgar language, and to also use his PowerPoint lesson as an attempt to express my repentance before the Creator as someone who is striving to live in purity and righteousness. Okay, this is going to be a quick PowerPoint. Now, we read in the book of Ezra, it says, let me make sure you can see that. Hope you can see that okay. Make the lettering bolder. Okay. It says in the book of Ezra, chapter 27, it says, in the morning when you wake up, you shall say, help me, O Jehovah, to keep my thoughts pure today and my soul full of love and tenderness. Love and tenderness, man. You know, keep my soul full of love and tenderness. In the evening, before sleeping, see, this is what Nazarene Essene Faith is. This is what he likes to post, if you notice, in the room before I sign off. He always posts this in the room, this verse here. In the evening before sleeping, you shall say, while my corporeal body sleeps, O Jehovah, help my less encumbered spirit to see the ways of your righteous judgment. And then it says, without purity, no man can see the Creator. With purity, all men can see and hear him. And so when you are minded, you don't mind using vulgar language. If that's part of your makeup, you are not, that is not purity. I don't, even the world knows that. You're not engaging in any form of purity. And here the OAHSPE says you can't see the Creator. We supposed to be chasing after purity of mind, purity body, soul, spirit, whatever you got, all things. It says it is easier to purify the corporal body than the spiritual. For diet and baths can accomplish the former, but pure thoughts are required for the soul. If I'm sitting up here and I'm thinking all kinds of vulgarity, and I'm using these things to express myself, even if another say it, you know what I mean, and I repeat it, then I'm the same really as the person who is under that vibration. That's green tea. But pure thoughts are required for the soul. Pure thoughts. The vulgarity is not pure thoughts, man. That's you engaging in lustful thinking. You're engaged in some type of immorality to even be repeating that stuff, sharing that stuff with brethren, causing them to be impure and polluted. Because you speak a word and there's a certain vibration that comes out. You start thinking all kinds of things. You know, now maybe I shouldn't share this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. After the video yesterday, I ended up having an impure dream. And I don't even remember my dreams, except for very rarely. That was part of the reason why I was vexed, and I even, I was upset with myself. After that video, later that night, I had an impure dream because that vibration, I allowed it to go out on my channel. And I'll never forget it, man. A sister that came in, a sister, man. She came in, she said, play this comic video. And I'd never seen it before. And the brother played it. And my spirit started screaming, man, shut it off. Stop this. And I was too weak to do it. Man, because I didn't want to offend anybody. And I was too weak to do it. And refused to listen to my conscience. I did not listen, and it was screaming, telling me to turn it off. And it was yesterday. Wow. But pure thoughts are required for the soul. A man may be clean as to the flesh, but if he has impure thoughts, he is impure in spirit. Even if you explaining something and you use impure words, those are impure thoughts, man. It comes from an impure spirit. It says, whoever speaks cruelly or unjustly to his neighbor, and I consider if I speak to a brother and I'm using vulgarity, it's the same as speaking cruelly or unjustly. It says, the OAHSPE says, you're foul in spirit. If he speaks of, he said, now here it says, if he speaks of the shortcomings and deceptions of his neighbors, he is foul in spirit. Like you're criticizing somebody. In the sense that it's not constructive in any way whatsoever. Hi, Jamia. We doing a PowerPoint presentation, a short PowerPoint presentation. My video I did yesterday is the reason why I'm doing this little PowerPoint presentation. It's on vulgar language. It went out, I let it go out on my channel yesterday, vulgar language. And I took a real beating. And in the effort to repent to that ever happening again on my channel, I'm doing this PowerPoint presentation. It says, so that first of all, purification is the first law of man's own self. The second law is, after being purified, to strive constantly to do good to others. The operative verse is the operative part that I wanted to point out is it talks up here. It says, if he has impure thoughts, he is impure in spirit. Whoever speaks cruelly or unjustly of his neighbor is foul in spirit. He says unjustly of his neighbor. If he speaks of the shortcomings and deceptions in the sense that you don't provide any constructive criticism, that's why I want to do this PowerPoint. I want to provide constructive criticism of how the Creator views what happened yesterday. I deleted the video in case you brethren want to know. In the book of Ben, it says, if a rich man with his hoarded wealth does little for the resurrection of man, if the rich man, make it dark so you can see it. If the rich man with his hoarded health does little for the resurrection of man, how much less does the learned man do with a head full of knowledge? It neither feeds nor clothes the sick and distress, nor stays the debauchery and drunkenness of the great multitude. The operative part of the verse here is nor stays, because faith has got a responsibility. Is what the Creator is showing you. To stay the debauchery and drunkenness of the great multitude. We ain't supposed to be engaging in that stuff, man. You know? We ain't supposed to be entertaining that stuff. We supposed to stay it. That's why my spirit was screaming. It was screaming yesterday. Stop that. Stop this video. Stop it. And I was too weak to do it because I didn't want to offend anybody. That's the last time I'm going to learn that lesson. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that, man. You know, brethren, if you got to walk alone into the kingdom, I suggest you do it. But whatever you do, don't stay on the wrong side, man. Just because you want to be popular, don't. You can forget that, man. You know, stay on the side of the Creator, man. Stay on the side of the Creator. Now, here's a footnote from the book of Ashang. a footnote from the book of Ashong, and it talks about a thick tongue, man, a thick tongue. Now I'm out of time. It's time for the presentation of the other presentation I'm going to do. So I'm just get right to the point. It says this concept emphasizes that all people, regardless of their ability to speak well, are channels for the Creator's expression. So you meet me, right? I'm up here talking about I'm a faithist, right? And then I start using all kinds of vulgar language, right? I start talking like the world, I got together with this, this date, and you know what I mean? The words that see, I'm a representative of the Creator, right? I'm expressing, you know what I mean? And then I start talking, and you say to yourself, you mean that you're talking about the Creator? He's like that, what you are? The concept emphasizes that all people talking about what's up here. I'm not, I'm letting them count on you to read it if you want, It says this concept emphasizes that all people, regardless of their ability to speak well, are channels for the Creator's expression. Now, this is a footnote from the book of Ashong. It was just explaining a verse. That faithists are a expression of you are an expression of the Creator. And people are very fragile in our reality. And one word could set them into darkness forever. That's the fine line that you faithists walk. See? I'm going to get into that a little bit on my next presentation, but why faithists are the most dangerous people. Because you could be their last chance to taste the Creator. You could be their last chance. And that is valid to think that. Now, the OAHSPE, it don't really, talk a whole lot about moral and ethical. It's like the Creator, he gives you a dose of it. You got the divine laws, and you got Book of Discipline and Book of Judgment and Jehovah's Kingdom, and they do go into moral and ethical, moral and other books too, but it's not real heavy, on like moral and ethical, because it's like the Creator it seems like he's saying you should get it by now, what righteousness is, what purity, what he's calling you to. The OAHSPE Bible it's not very heavy on moral and ethical teaching, but it is required of faithists to exhibit righteousness. It says in the Book of Judgment, and the signs of good works are self-abnegation, that's selflessness, with a mind to consider your brethren, what you can do, how you can be an example of encouragement or whatever before your brethren. It says, the signs of good works and self-abnegation shall be like a witness before the world as to where the inspiration of each comes from, meaning based on what you do, based on what you say, people, they look at you. See, some of you brethren, you got families, they looking at you. They might not agree with you, what you got to say, but you could be their last witness to attain to the voice of the Creator. Not that you can win them or proselytize them, but the Creator here, he calling you a witness. You a witness. People, they look at you, and it could make the difference whether they decide to pick up to consider themselves or not. He calls us a witness, to be a light, the Creator, our example. You go out there, you talking any old kind of way, talking like the world, you're going to make an impression on somebody. I mean, I know, I mean, it ain't hard. It shouldn't be hard to see. All right, now see, it's time for the reading of the word. Now, I didn't do this is the video that I was going to do yesterday. I didn't get a chance to do it because I started off on something else. So the let's see. The name of the video that I was going to do yesterday is called, let me make sure I'm sharing it. I might not be sharing it. Let's see. Let me make sure that I'm sharing this presentation. Because I'll end up doing the whole thing and then find out that I wasn't even sharing the screen. Now, this one is the I think it's this right here. Is it that one? It's doing some type of process. I'm waiting it to get done. Okay, there it is. Let's see what's going on. Okay, let's share the screen again. Let me see. Am I sharing it? Am I doing it? Okay, I might be having a technical difficulty here. Okay. 1 second, brother. Let me I gotta fix my screen up here. 1 second. Okay, good. There we go. All right. So so you got too many screens up. Let's get rid of one of them. All right. Got it. Okay, now this is a presentation that I was going to do yesterday. I think you can see it now. So it was called Faithists Are the Most Dangerous People in the World. This is a video this is a presentation that I was going to do yesterday. Okay, so may the Creator bless the reading of this word. Faithists are the most dangerous people in the world. Now I know it sounds very ominous. I made it to be clickbait, hoping to catch somebody's attention. The world we are in is totally oblivious. You know, I was sharing something. That's green tea. I was sharing something yesterday. I had an opportunity to speak to a guy who's like a real big world famous guy, religion, Catholic guy. And I got a chance to ask him if he had heard of the OAHSPE. He said no. Now, when he said that, that struck me. I said, you know, the lowly people, the Creator he's exposing himself to them. But you high and mighty people, you don't know anything about what the Creator, you don't know anything about what the Creator is doing, is what I said to myself when I was talking to that guy. It's like the Creator, he is reaching out to the unknown, the unheard of brethren. But the high and mighty, they know nothing about what he's doing. I'm not saying I know all the high and mighty in the world, but the Creator is got a way where he can find brethren and the most famous, people who should know, they don't even know. They don't even know that the Creator is passing you by. You say you know, but you do not know. But the name of the video presentation is Faithists Are the Most Dangerous People in the World. It says the way of the Creator is life and not death. And it is through the Faithists that the will of the Creator is made known to men. The fatus is used of the creator to exhibit the following entities and the reality in, that should be in, the reality of men. The fatus is used of the creator to exhibit the following entities in the reality of men. Hi, Mahalia. Good to see you, sis. Thanks for coming in. We now doing a video, the PowerPoint presentation on the video that I meant to do yesterday. Is called Fatus Are the Most Dangerous People in the World. I just did a little short video presentation on what happened yesterday. It was a event that happened yesterday on video that was it was pretty terrible, and I had to a lot of vulgarity went out on yesterday's video, and I just got finished doing a video pointing out what the creator, how he views vulgarity and the fatus. So now we're doing the video PowerPoint on the title, Fatus Are the Most Dangerous People in the World. Sharice, all right, we got a full house now. So it says, Fatus are the most dangerous people in the world. It says, in this presentation, I seek to show why fatus people are the most dangerous in the world. I will attempt to show the characteristic way the creator deals with mankind in order to bring him to himself. This method, some of which includes enticing, warning, practical examples, wisdom, prophecy, historical, and emissaries in order to reach man. Foremost among these entities are the fatus, whom the creator, and I should have put through his gods, lords, and angels. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now for future presentations. I forgot to put that in there. Through his gods, lords, and angels has deputized to be an example to mankind. I'm trying to fix the screen. Hard to make it all fit. Now I got to erase what I put it. Dog, man, it was picking up what I was saying. So now I got to erase it. Okay. Okay, so it says, I will attempt to show the characteristic way the creator deals with mankind in order to bring him to himself. This method, some of which includes enticing, warning, practical examples, wisdom, prophecy, historical, and emissaries in order to reach man. Foremost amongst these entities are the fatus, whom the creator, through his gods, lords, and angels, has deputized to be an example. See, has deputized to be an example and light to mankind. To ignore and refuse and obfuscate, meaning don't pay attention to or blow off, the example and light of the fatus will result in overwhelming spiritual consequences to the detriment of humankind. When man is born into the spirit realm, mankind must, without exception, accomplish the purpose laid out for him by the creator, either in this reality or the one to come. What is the purpose for man according to the Creator? In the OAHSPE, a primary guidebook for the spiritual and practical enlightenment and development of individuals, groups, and humanity for their glory and happiness and for the glory of the whole. And let's put the glory. Oh, no sound. Okay, how about now? Is there any sound now? No sound? Testing. Testing, testing. No sound now? No sound now? Okay, how about now? Is there any sound now? Testing, testing. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what I did. Thanks, Dave. Thanks. Let me see. That doesn't count as share your screen, right? So we're still even, right? That doesn't count like share your screen, Dave. So it's still 0 to 0, right? Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you for telling me that. What is the purpose for man according to the great Creator? According to the Creator, what is the purpose of man? And then in the OAHSPE, it says the OAHSPE, which is a primary guidebook, one of the first pages, it says the OAHSPE is a primary guidebook for the spiritual and practical enlightenment, and it's for the development of individuals, groups, and humanity for their glory and happiness and for the glory of the whole world. What is the kingdom of God? What is the kingdom of God? In chapter 1 of the book Jehovah's Kingdom, it says, in the early days of the cosmic era, after the revelations of the Father's kingdom on earth had been published and known abroad over the world, many went forth in Jehovah's name to accomplish the new kingdom, which is the resurrection of man. The resurrection. My mic is off. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Testing. Test. Type 1. Type 1. Can you guys hear me? Yes, yes, I can hear. Okay. Dave said my mic is off. But you guys can hear me? Okay, good. So it says, what is the kingdom of God? It says the resurrection of man. The kingdom of God is the resurrection of man and for the glory of the Almighty. The resurrection of man for the glory of the Almighty, our resurrection. What methods does the Creator accomplish? What methods does the Creator use to accomplish his purpose for man? What methods does the Creator use to accomplish his purpose for man? In chapter 8, in the book of inspiration, it says, all inspiration goes directly from me to all the living. Yet I also created man susceptible to indirect inspiration from all my creations. So the Creator says he uses one of the methods that he uses is indirect inspiration, meaning there's a verse in the OAHSPE that says that something like the doors of the Creator are 1,000, thousands, meaning you look everywhere you look, it testifies of the Creator. It's indirect inspiration. That's one of the methods that the Creator uses to bring man to himself. He uses indirect inspiration. He uses indirect inspiration. The Creator uses enticement. The Creator uses enticement. Let's see if we can make the screen, we can make it bigger, the lettering bigger, so that it can be seen better. The Creator, he uses enticement. That's one of the things he uses to bring man to himself. Now, the danger part of it, the danger part of this video, talking about the danger part of why faithists are dangerous in a sense, is because currently they're inconsequential in the world and they carry no value. And they are man's only hope. That's what the theme of everything I'm going to be sharing with you, one way or another, is going to bring out. Faithists are central. They are central to the salvation of the whole world. Faithists are. To ignore them, to, what's a good word for, to not acknowledge them, if they are marginalized, that is to the detriment of all of mankind. The Creator, one of the ways he uses through faithists is we entice people. He says he says in the book of Tay's prayer, it says, for the will of the Creator is not for man to be forever led, but for man to ultimately have the light of practicing good works organically from infancy up. It says in the book of Tay's prayer, it is well that you be believing toward men and angels, but it is better to develop yourself. You have desired to know the mysteries of my unseen worlds and the past histories of the earth. Behold, I will give you a new sense. The Creator will entice man by giving him a new sense to get him to wonder about his reality. He gives you he kind of like a carrot on a stick. You see it and you head towards it and you start to focus on obtaining it. This carrot, let's say like a carrot on the stick. The carrot is like the sense that I don't want to be too wordy. He's simply saying he will give you a new sense which will fulfill your soul's desire, and with it you shall read the books in the libraries of heaven. So we get a sense. The Creator, he will use a new sense. A new sense. It's like a vibration to follow. To entice something is to like do something where you trigger someone's curiosity through enticing them. Say, like, somebody cooks something and you want to taste it, you want to have a bite, and so you're drawn to it to take it and eat it. Maybe the smell entices you. The Creator says, I give you a new sense to fulfill your soul's desire to know that which you are trying to obtain. He said, I'll give you a new sense. And with that new sense, we'll be able to read the libraries of heaven. That's the OAHSPE Bible right now. It's like the Creator saying, you wouldn't have been able to read it before. You wouldn't have had the sense to read it. But now the time has come, the cosmic era, and we got this ability. See, and some of you brethren got it, but most people don't. Our brethren have it, and most people don't. You need a new sense, man. You be looking at people, and they don't have any sense. They don't have any. What's a good word for sensitivity to spiritual things? No proclivity to spiritual things. They don't have any. What's a good word for to be drawn to things like this? They're not being enticed. They don't have the new sense to desire the libraries of heaven. Creator said, I'm going to give you libraries of heaven, and I'm going to give you a new sense, an ability for some reason to read these things, believe it, internalize it. He uses wisdom. And I think this is the, let me see, what is the first book? I think the first book is, what is it, OAHSPE? Or Tay's Prayer or Voice of Man? It says, by your own hand you have quickened my consciousness. So wisdom, consciousness. By your own hand you have quickened my consciousness to be dissatisfied with old revelations and made me peer deeper into the cause and place of things and to desire further light from your holy place. So the Creator says he uses wisdom to draw man. He uses wisdom. He quickens your consciousness. He make you alive, dissatisfied with old revelations. That's why the church is being put away. Religion, the beast kingdom, faithists are, he has quickened the faithists so that only the Creator, only the words of the Creator is going to satisfy our soul. And partially because he makes us to look deeper into the cause and place of things, like it says here. He does that. Creator says, I do that to you. He makes us to desire further light from his holy place. And so, again, he does that to the faithists. And if we are not, when the world looks at us and they can't understand us and they don't believe us, then you're talking about you're talking about putting out the only light that a person may have to attain to the Creator's voice, or having to go into the spiritual and not being able to break out of your mind until 100 or 1,000 years. Now just think about that, man. Can you think about that? you 100 or 1,000 years, man, and you're stuck in the same spirit. Because when the Creator did bring the faithist to you to share light with you, but you were unable to attain to that, you know what I mean? Then you learn too late the value of a faithist when the Creator brings one to you and they open their mouth and they start talking to you. So the danger lies in the danger, it lies in um, the inability to recognize. There's a verse in the Bible where I think I'm gonna get to it as well. It says something like, be careful to entertain strangers, for in doing so some have entertained angels. It's in the Bible and it's a true verse. And in that sense, that's the danger of not being able to, recognize when someone is anointed of the Creator to speak light to mankind, to people, to the world. It says warning. The Creator, he uses warning in the book of Judgment. It says, and this is the penalty for neglecting on earth to fulfill the light that was given to you. You shall in heaven accomplish. Oh, this is that verse I love to bring out, man. This is that verse that I really love this verse to bring it out. It's the warning about you shall in heaven accomplish without money what you could have done with money, and the difference it requires to do a thing without means as compared to what might be done by one with means is the extra bondage and duration that shall be upon your head and soul. That's the faith that's going to bring you that message. We carry this message. Nobody else can carry this type of message. To disregard a faithist and their words concerning this type of thing, literally in the spiritual, it could cost spirits hundreds or thousands of years before they're able to ascend, to mature and elevate in their spirit. But we looking at a world that won't realize. See, the danger of a faithist, man, is that if you want to disregard us, what we're trying to share with you, what we're trying to tell you, you can make it a joke right now if you want to. You can despise it. You can just brush it off and not care. We're talking about things that's going to affect people one way or another. Faithists are dangerous in that respect, that if you disregard them, that is to your own. It's equivalent to taking a gun and just shooting yourself with it right in the head. And so to disregard the faithists, the children, you blow them off. You look at us. We ain't nothing to you. That's the worst thing. You know what? I venture to say that's the worst thing a man could do to himself, and he do it every day. The Creator, he used warnings. He tried to reach you with warnings. Warnings is going to come out of our mouth to those of you brethren who are given a chance to speak. And this penalty, man, I'll never forget this. He said, you shall accomplish in heaven. The Creator said, and this is the penalty for neglecting on earth. And you can add to that, neglecting my faithless sons and daughters when they're trying to speak to you. It's like, this is the penalty on earth to fulfill the light that was given, for the penalty for neglecting on earth to fulfill the light that was given to you. And now this could also, I mean, this is a sword that can cut both ways in the sense that if we have light talking about faiths, it's hard to describe. Only you know what you're capable of. The Creator says that you shall in heaven accomplish without money. What? And I would say, man, if you have a hard time listening to your conscience, because that's the Creator, and you keep getting a witness and you keep neglecting that, the Creator, it sounds like he's saying we will have to deal with that, and it'll be harder for us to deal with whatever it is that is on our conscience to do. It keeps screaming at you. It says, you shall in heaven accomplish without money what you could have done with money. And I think, if you ask me, that's talking about the body, like we in the body now. And I think in this regard, the Creator is talking about your ability to attain to the light. That it's easier now for us to attain to hear the Creator's voice, to believe it and to practice it and that sort of thing, apply it. That it's easier for us to do it now. We in the body, and somehow we're able to practice these things and then to prepare for our spirituality and that sort of thing. And then he says, it seems like he's saying that when you are without the body, then you will still have to accomplish to attain to the Creator's voice. And it'll be harder as to when you were in the body. Matter of fact, I remember a verse in the OAHSPE where it talks about don't desire the resurrection or something like that. Don't desire it, like, to leave the body before it's time, and use the time to prepare your spirit for your rebirth. But all people will have to complete their labor. And so a couple things here. It's like the Creator is saying that, number one, to neglect this light it's going to come out of a faithist to mortals. And then for even us as brethren, I seem to get the sense that if we are, let's say we're idle and we feel like, well, we believe and that's good enough, that the Creator is saying that we're going to have to accomplish whatever it is that we are under, whatever our conscience is giving to us, something or to learn or to do, that we have to accomplish it. And now is the time, because we're in the body and it's easier. He says, and the difference it requires to do a thing without means is compared to what might be done. Compared to what might be done with means is extra bondage and duration that shall be upon your head and your soul. Now, I really think that it's talking about being able to attain to hear His voice overall. This verse right here, foremost and primarily, talking about your inability. If you are unable to attain to His voice and you cross over, you're going to have to do it without the benefit of the body. I don't know exactly how that works, but it sounds like that's what he's saying. That for people who are unable to attain to His voice, that you're going to have to do it under deception in the spiritual without the body. Prophecy is another way that the Creator brings men to Himself. I think this is Tay's prayer, or the Book of Man. I didn't put the book number down, or OAHSPE. It says the time of preaching and believing is at an end. Men shall know by his own knowledge and patience or practice that which he knows. And this, my light, is being manifested. And this, my light, is being manifested in this day. So a time coming, Creator saying that a time was going to come where he was going to put an end to insincerity. Time of preaching and believing is at an end. He's going to put an end to that in preaching and believe, meaning you don't put your hand to the plow. Like, he's telling us some things that require action on our part. Even right now, Creator, he's telling us some stuff to do, you know. I mean, it's hard to do stuff, you know, that he's talking about how he wants you to change, and, you know, like with meat eating, and, you know, changing your mind about serving yourself to serving your brother. He said the time of preaching and believing is at an end, and man shall know by his own knowledge and practice what he knows. But he's saying that the time that he always told, I mean, the cosmic era, the prophecy is basically, this is talking about the cosmic era. And it was prophesied thousands and thousands of years that it was going to come. Now we know what it is more specifically. It's going to be a time of preach when speaking and believing is not going to be enough. Primarily the cosmic era where we are right now. And that's how the separation, there's a big separation going on at this time. It's part of the prophecy of the cosmic era, where it was going to, it's like the Creator is saying it's easy for men to talk, but when it comes to action, that's another story. The Creator, he uses emissaries, you know, faiths, emissaries. So angels of heaven descended to the earth and to man and appeared before him face to face, hundreds of thousands of them, speaking as man speaks, writing as man writes, teaching these things about Jehovah and the works. So the job of emissaries, really, which are gods, lords, angels, and faiths, to speak to man, or and here is saying that the angels, they descend and they speak to men face to face, and they come in multitudes, and they do things that men do, and teaching about Jehovah and his works. And so faiths, they are basically influenced by angels, and we're in our present reality. We don't have no voice. We don't have no influence. We don't have no power. The very thing that can deliver a brother or sister has no standing in the current reality. Consequences, the Creator, he uses consequences. And again, this is a message that I'm trying to emphasize, how the Creator, he used us one way or another. All these things that I've been mentioning, that I've been talking about, the Creator, he used you faiths to exhibit these things, share, tell, show these things to mortals, to this reality. This is our message to people. Wider and wider. I don't know what book this is. I didn't put it down. It's book 26. Wider and wider apart, these two people, talking about the faithists and the Uzians. Wider and wider apart, these two people separated, and the believers, having faith in Jehovah, practice righteousness, rising higher and higher in wisdom and purity. But the disbelievers went down in the darkness and were scattered and lost from the face of the earth. Wandering spirits, remember that? We talked about that. These are real things. And, you know, it's a sad, sad thing that people, they never learn till it's too late. The Creator says it's going to be a separation. It's going to get wider and wider. We in the time of AG right now. It's the faith that's talking, telling the world about AG. Other brethren are too. It's a time of increasing darkness, and the effect it has, it takes the faithists and elevates them, and it takes the Uzians and they descend more and more, man. But you won't listen to us. You won't, the world, mortals, mankind, they ain't going to listen to you. So we got to show you. And in that case, we're a dangerous, dangerous people because you're not heeding what we say, except for other brethren. So one way or another, the Creator, he, these things, these things I've been listing about how the Creator, he operates in the world to bring men to himself. He uses you faithists as proxies to manifest these things to people. He uses you to do it. See, Mahali says, I think our actions will attract those looking for spiritual truth. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying right there. Like I was speaking on the vulgarity of language earlier. Our actions, I'm telling you, man, we can be a double-edged sword of faithists. We could either attract, we could be working for the Creator, or we could be a danger to ourselves, because people look at you. They are looking at you. And when you speak, they do listen. We read earlier, remember? The world, they look for an opportunity. Now, they look for an opportunity to condemn you. Remember, we read from Job's kingdom. They were saying like, well, what do you say about marriage? Which one is better, celibacy or marriage? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Are you saying you're the only ones? Who's your leader? Who's your highest? They look for reasons. They look at us because we certainly talk to them in a way the world ain't never heard before. We are we're a serious warning to people. Either if you don't listen, you will when it's too late. And if you listen now, then, and I believe a faithist is going to be, they're a faithist will, wherever they are in the world, they're going to be able to attain to, that they will be able to hear the voice of a faithist and come into the light and attain to the Father's voice while they're in the body. But the Creator, he used us, use you, whether you like it or not, man. Asenath says, even in the Bible, there will be a time when proselytizing will be cut off. That's an interesting verse to look at. I'm just about finishing my presentation here. I would look at it. I can't do it right now because it's great to finish. Then Mahali says, I don't think OAHSPE tells us to proselytize, but no, you're right. You're right. Really, it's a practical guidebook for us, but you can read when you read the OAHSPE, you see the will of the Creator was to deliver man, to delivering. I think when he talks about proselytizing, it's like in the world, it's like, come join our team, come join us. We're Catholics. You come with us. And then the Hebrew Israelites, brother, they say, bro, you an Israelite, brother. Come and get with us. Or we cuss out the white man. Come and join us. Join up with us, man. What camp you in? Proselytizing. Join us. Faithists, we don't do that. We just give it to you and then we just keep it moving, man. Let the Creator do the work. See, that's the danger of a faithist, man. We got a lot of power and responsibility, and we're the world's only hope. You really the world's only hope, man. You know what I mean? We talking and the knowledge is going out, and that forces the whole world to a decision. Don't nobody care about us, and we're not going to learn about us until it's too late. See? I'm gonna move kind of fast now because I'm out of time. Creator, he uses blessings. It says, yet the faithists, having faith in the all person, shall ultimately possess the whole earth. See? To not realize that is a terrible thing for the world. That is a terrible thing, man. Who the future possessors of the whole earth. Don't you know that the high if look at okay, let me use Jaquad for an example. I'm in a power chair, I weigh about 800 pounds, right? What am I? I ain't nothing to look at. Now, you get some beauty queen that the world say is a beauty queen. Most people the world tell me is beautiful. I don't think it's beautiful at all. I think it's the inside. Then she look at me, she say, oh, I know, boy, if I even just say hi to him, he would fall over. He would get up out of that chair and run towards me. See, but then so she finds out, hey, that guy in that power chair, he is the future possessor of the whole earth, and she's gonna make a beeline to she's gonna make a beeline towards me. You know how the world is when they see advantage advantage you. See, that's why the creator, he put us in these bodies, he don't glorify us because people will come to us for advantage. Look what he said about us. They will ultimately possess the whole earth. Now, is he lying or what? And then on top of that, we, faithists, are going to make it a paradise of peace and love. Now, if people knew that about us, they would make a beeline towards us. Hey, just like it say in the Bible, hey, we will buy our own bread and we will cook our own food. Only let us be called by thy names, take away our reproach. Remember book of Isaiah? Asa that know where it's at. That's the mind of the world, man. When they see who's got the advantage, see, faithists are danger. When you don't know them, you won't listen to them. So don't say nothing when it come time for them to come into their inheritance. Don't say anything, okay? Because the swift messengers, they take these notes back up to the Father. When you use vulgar language and you violate somebody's sensitivities like that, them swift messengers, they take a note, they bring it right back to the Creator. See, it's a double-edged sword, man. We can be a danger to ourselves. We can be a danger to the world for their ignorance of us. So, the Creator, all the way around, he's showing us, the seriousness of our reality, really. He uses blessings. He tells the faithists that we will ultimately possess the whole earth. And the funny thing is, I don't even really know if faithists really care about that. I don't think the sensation I get from knowing you faithists, you don't sound like you really care about, in a good way, in the sense that you want the Creator. That's all that really matter to you, brethren, because everything else is second. We know that all this stuff is our inheritance, but the Creator is better. The knowledge of the Creator, the faith in the Creator, that sort of thing. I'm late. Let's move. Okay, the power of proof. The power of proof is another way that the Creator uses to draw men. So I'm gonna move fast because we're out of time. So the Creator, he uses the power of the proof of his power is what I should have put. The proof of his power. It says the failure of man is proof of my power. The failure of all kingdoms is proof of the lack of faith in me, which proves my power is manifested over them. First, after the abjuring of self, comes a constant manifestation of power through faith, the example which holds the multitude to me in my work. So meaning that when you learn that lesson and you learn to just, you know what, I'm going to be a servant, man. I'm going to just serve, not necessarily for what the Creator can do for me, but because that's his will for my life. And then the Creator says in return, I bless you. I just bless you, and then it ain't nothing you can do about it. Another way the creator, he uses logic. Okay. It says, it is well that you believe in me. It is well that you be believing toward men and angels, but it is better to develop yourself. You desire to know the mysteries of my unseen worlds and the past histories of the earth. Behold, I will give you a new sense which will further fulfill your soul's desire, and with it you shall read the books of libraries of heaven. So, okay, so we looked at that earlier and concluded that the will of the creator is that he gives us a new sense. We focus on that new sense, which will, because, to fulfill our soul's desire, which will enable us to read the libraries of heaven. Talking to a faithless could be your last chance for mankind. That's a very valid statement right there. That is a valid statement right there, brethren. Do you see the world? That is a very valid statement. That's the danger of a faithless right there. And then there's that verse I was referring to earlier. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for some have entertained angels unknowingly. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2. And the world knew who we were, then we wouldn't have really anything to overcome. The world would chase us down, man. They would make us kings and queens. They would throw the world at our feet, and it would be for their own advantage. So the creator, he won't allow that. He give us this reality. We got our own struggles. We have to deal with the confusion. We got to deal with uncertainty in ourselves. And because as soon as we turned out, we confess, hey man, I'm a faithless, I mean, guys would never be lacking a date, women would be having, the heads of corporations, you know what I mean? Because the world, they do things for advantage. They want you, but they can't find you because we in these vessels of clay. I prefer it that way. I don't want somebody to want me and want, give me their love because they know for advantage. Creator, he know it too. So in this reality, he make us nothing. And that's the danger right there, because people can't find us. The creator, he got to direct us. Go here, go there, start a conversation here. And, all of a sudden they realize, hey, whoa, wow, this guy, he's the son of Jehovah. I ain't never heard nobody talk to me like this before. I could have missed him. I was getting ready to get on the bus. Something told me to get off and talk to that dude over there. You know what I mean? See, I'm telling you, man, that's the way it worked for us. All of the previous listed methods and the ways the creator uses to reach mankind are employed through his emissaries called faithists, brother. The inability to receive the testimony of a faithless can be very detrimental spiritually and means an inability to attain to the voice of the creator in the present reality. Faithists know 1, the identity of the beast kingdom, 2, the reality of life after death, 3, the nature and present reality, 4, the creator's voice, 5, the inheritance of the world and eventual sonship. See, you see the danger, man, of not what's a good word for not acknowledging, realizing, meeting, believing, knowing, respecting a faithist? You know what I mean? That's what makes them a dangerous people, man. What if you blow one off? You make one mad, and then he decides to hold his peace. Brother, you got problems. You better pray he or she opens her mouth. You better pray it. Better ask the Father to meet one, to talk to one, or for the Father to, do it esoterically, mysteriously, Okay, Nazarene, get ready with that verse that you usually post. I'm ready to close the video. We were talking about you earlier. Get that verse ready because we're ready to close the video. So, all right, brethren, And with that is the end. That is the end of the presentation. Why faithists are the most dangerous people on the face of the earth. Because they carry the knowledge, the light of the Creator, which the world don't care about, and they always learn when it is too late. Y'all remember what we talked about the other day? Dave brought it, or I think it was Dave, or maybe I was reading something, and the Creator said he got other world. It's like he dissolves this world, and then he just replaces it with another, where people have to come to it, and they have to finish their labor. You know, they have to finish their labor. Remember, we were looking at that the other day. The Creator, he put a big piece of the puzzle together for you, brethren. You mean y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember what he said? We looked at it the other day. Y'all don't remember that? Where he said that, remember that, Dave? Where he said that he was going to, he said remember, I asked Dave for confirmation. He said, yep, that's what he's saying. You know, he dissolves this world. He brings in another. And then he tells the spirit that didn't complete their labor in this reality, okay, go over here, complete your labor, and start your journey over. I mean, I'm using my words, you know, start your journey now, start it over there, you know, go ahead, start it. Do you see it? Do you see how, man, he said, let me slow down, okay? Let me say it one more time, time for the end of the video. That will conclude the reading of the PowerPoint presentation. The Creator said, he said that he dissolves this world, and then he puts another. And now I still, even after reading that 1,000 times, I still say to myself, man, you not understanding something. Even as simple as it sounded, my mind just keep fighting me and saying, man, it ain't that simple. It ain't that simple. And I looked at it. Dave, he confirmed that what I was saying was true. The Creator said he dissolves this world. He dissolved this world, right? The earth, it served its purpose. It raised up all of its brides and bridegrooms. Now they done made the harvest. They in the spiritual now. Okay, that the harvest of the earth. And then he said he dissolves this earth. And then he said, and then I didn't see where he said like he create another earth. It sounded like he snatches a world from one of his millions, trillions, and billions and puts it in the earth's place and says, okay, now complete your labor. It's like the Creator's, it's like he's saying, now you seen what I did, right? You didn't complete your labor. You saw how the faithists in the other world, they had to endure, they had to struggle, they had to they had to live in doubt, they had to live in uncertainty, they had to live in an afflicted body, and they held faith, right? And then I took them. See, you know, I took them 2049 or even before. Who knows, man? See, they held faith and I took them. Now you saw that. Now I'm going to put you on this earth. Now you go ahead, complete your labor. Now you complete your labor. See? That's what I'm telling you. We read it, brethren, the other day. You know? Man, I was so excited. I didn't know what to do. I just didn't know what to do because he showed us a piece of the puzzle. Now, you might not believe me. It's cool. You know, I'm just trying to bless you. You know, we shouldn't take for granted that we are faithists, man. You know, y'all shouldn't be taking that for granted, man. You know, let me see. Cherie said a few days ago, I saw something fall from the sky. From the sky and stop in midair and hover, and out of nowhere another white disc appeared. Yeah, see, you know, we in the cosmic era. The Creator, he said that stuff like this was going to start happening. He said, didn't he talk about angel manifestations? So I'm gonna say it again, man, to close the video. Oh, I forgot to post. I made it a point. I want to post Nazarene's Because when he posts that, it's time for the end of the video. I want to say it again, man. You know, we still in the time right now. Pluto is in Capricorn, right? November 19th, it go back into Aquarius. The geopolitical situation in the world, brethren, we can't go on like this. I promise you. Do you know we sitting up here waiting on an explosion? Did you, brother, know that? I'm talking about where the whole world is, you know. I don't want to fearmonger. November 19th, Pluto goes back into Aquarius, and it's going to stay there. And that's probably when things are going to hit our reality, the creator. I don't know. We're going to see. It could be a snap. I expect an explosion when Pluto goes back into Aquarius to stay there. Be encouraged, brethren. I want to give thanks to the creator for this opportunity to be a light while I'm in this reality. Creator, thank you for my brethren. They're watching too. They're waiting too. Their eyes are on you. We are all looking at you. And we asking for favor, asking for blessing. We asking for protection and mercy, wisdom, peace, love, and especially love. Especially love. Boy, love feels so good. Can you imagine that verse we read the other day where you said, Creator, that we should imagine where we want to live. And you said that we should imagine who we want to live around, who we want to be around. You said that, Creator. You said that we should work to be like the people we want to live to be around. Every day, waking up, your neighbors coming over to say hi, have a cup of tea, and the type of being able to control the weather. You know, if it's me, I want to make it thunderstorming and pre-tornado weather. I love that. And I'm going to be with other like-minded people who like that atmosphere. But that's what you said, Creator, that we should imagine it. And then we should work to be worthy of being able to be with like-minded brethren. So thank you for this video. I repent and I'm sorry for what I allowed yesterday. And I just pray that you prevent me in the future from making a second mistake from happening again. All right, brethren, that's it. That's the best I can do for today. No video tomorrow, Wednesday. So I'm going to title the video Wednesday is going to be Tactics of the Beast. Tactics of the Beast. So, all right, Cherie says she needed this video. Now I'm really glad now. So if you, brethren, have you want me to do a study, just let me know. You know, just you can send me a message or, you know, do a study on this or a study. You know, I probably won't do it perfectly, but I guarantee I'll try my best. So, brethren, all right, man, you know, want to give thanks. You, brethren, joining me, blessing my soul. And until I see you again, Thursday, Creator willing, peace be unto you. Shalom.